Well, my mom has always been a spiritual influence on my life.
My mother is a perfect example of someone who shines for Jesus wherever she goes.
I feel like God has given her the gift of giving.
My mom is a really big part of who I am as a person. I mean, I would not be a person without my mom. So
My mom has instilled in me a trust in God that I've gotten to see through all the struggles in her life, that she's been able to keep her trust in Him.
My mom's always been there for me spiritually. I mean, through my parents' divorce and everything, she was constantly, saying we have to really lean on God. God's our rock. God will get us through this, through everything.
In different activities that both my mom and I are involved in, or at church, I notice that she's always loving and she has this unconditional love of Jesus.
My mother has always taught me to be a strong leader and be courageous and to do the hard things. And she has shown that best through her own life.
My mom has always strived to listen to what God has to tell her and has done many Bible stories and studies with me.
My mom has taught me what it means to be a servant through her work and what she does at home, how she cares for me and my sisters, and always puts us first and is willing to make time for us anytime.
I remember a lot of times I'd come home crying or I'd be upset about something, and she would just hold me and tell me it's gonna be okay.
My mom has really taught me how to be a giver in the way that she is always serving all of the foster kids that we take into our family and serving us and always providing for us.
She's taught me perseverance through hard times, and she's taught me commitment by making me do things that I haven't wanted to do.
she encouraged me to follow spiritual disciplines as I grew up, even made me do things that I didn't want to do.
She's always giving. If someone needs something, she's always there and she's always helpful.
My mom's always the one to go up to them and make them feel at home and make them feel comfortable and just spread God's love out.
She said, what if you were here for such a time as this? What if you were going through these things so that maybe one day you can help other people? And that has totally, completely changed my life.
And now as I look back on growing up, I really appreciate those efforts because they made me who I am today and helped me form habits that help me grow.
And I feel like she always has a big smile on her face whenever she's sad, and I don't know, she's always just helped me in that way.
And she's also just really fun, and she's taught me to loosen up and not take myself so seriously, which has definitely affected my walk immensely.
She always points me back to scripture, and anytime I need advice or just down in the dumps, she's pretty great.
She's always been there to help me with homework and other things that I've been dealing with, and is a strong rock that I can lean on in times of trouble.
She's taught me how to care for people that are less fortunate and how to love people even if they're hard to love.
And she surrounded me with a wall of prayer for my entire life, just praying for me to get through all my struggles and to have that same trust in God always.
She's taught me to really lean on Him in the hard times and the good times too, and just really focus my time and energy on making sure that I make time for God before I make time for anything else.
I'm really glad that God put her in my life, and I don't know what I would do without her.
Every day I see her growing in her faith with God and in her walk with Jesus, and that has shown me what a relationship with God looks like.
She's always taught me in the hard times to look towards God and to find the truth in the situation and to hold on to that.
I love my mom, and I hope that one day I can have those attributes that my mother has.
And I really love you, Mom.
I love you, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.